Jim George is here. There he is on the video right there. Good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Good morning.
Wait a minute. See, it's Friday the 13th. Nothing is working. I'm going to blame everything on Friday the 13th.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Ah, there you are.
There we are.
Yeah, we're going to talk about technology. It changes all the time, doesn't it?
Too fast for me.
Do you know what I heard yesterday? There's a new technology in Cadillac that the self-driving car technology demands that you keep your eyes on the road in case the self-driving technology fails. And if you take your eyes off the road, the car will alert you that you need to be keeping your eyes on the road. It has a way of knowing whether you're looking at the road or not.
So does it have glasses you wear, like the virtual reality?
I don't know. I heard it on Clark Howard.
Wow.
That's where I heard it.
No, that's too new for me. That's one for Matt.
But at least they're saying, okay, you've got to keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah.
You know? So you're going to an event this week? Where you going?
I've got the tuxedo.
Oh, that's right. This is your big.
That's right. The awards.
A pioneer in your industry.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Tuesday night in Denver, Colorado. So I'm all ready, and leave out at 7 in the morning on Tuesday.
Have you been to Denver ever?
Oh yeah. So the convention's held there every 4 years.
So what is it like this time of year? Is it cold?
I just looked online just the other day. It's 40 in the morning and 63 in the afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's long sleeve weather.
Definitely.
But not necessarily, heavy coat.
But it wouldn't snow this time of year?
Well, it said no snow, and I'm going to be in downtown Denver as compared to Inglewood or Golden, Colorado, or some place where, high elevation. But the last time I was there, it snowed. We couldn't even get from the hotel to the convention center without falling down about 6 times because we had Florida shoes.
Isn't it nice that somebody's recognizing your work? That's really nice.
It really is cool.
Yeah, I mean, so many times you go through life and you hear about. You ever walk into somebody's house and they've got a wall full of trophies?
Yes.
And they say, "Well, I earned them." And I'm thinking, I've done stuff too. I just don't have any. Nobody gives me any trophies.
Right.
How many trophies do you have?
Mostly plaques and
yeah.
certificates.
Okay.
Several hundred.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you are a pioneer.
Several hundred.
I mean, you make sure everybody's.
I have to buy, just to keep my license in low voltage, in cable, I have to do 12 webinars a year.
Okay.
So I have to do 12 of those. And then every 2 years, I have to do 1 5-hour class to keep my low voltage. To keep my high voltage, I have to attend one class every year for 1 day. And then in every 3 years, I have to do a 5-day class. So
really?
all these things I do, you have to have, you have to stay up on the technology.
Do you ever do like lectures at colleges, at universities?
Not at university, but I have done lecturing.
So somebody should invite you to talk to the classes that are learning what you've been doing all your life.
Yeah.
I think it's important to know. This is my thought on technology, and you know way more about it than me. But I think a young person learning how to use today's technology, that's awesome. But I think they should also know the old stuff, just so they kind of know where it came from.
Right, how we got to this point.
Right. I think that's important.
I agree 100%. And that's true of everything. Like even when Matt comes here on his cars, he mentions spark plugs, and he mentions things that, the cars today don't have those type of things. They have injectors, and but it's good to know, because one of these days a guy wants to, work on his backyard car, let's say a 55 or 65, and they'll say, no, I don't know that. That's too old for me. So
another thing I heard on Clark Howard is that a battery-powered car has someone's going to correct me on this, but I think he said a distance of 85 miles on a charge.
Oh
no, I'm sure it's more than that, because they're good for X number of hours. I'm sure, like 5 hours, 6 hours on a charge.
Well, that's what he said. I was surprised it was so low too.
Yeah, it could have been just a hiccup in the conversation. Happens to me all the time. I have people ask me a question. You ever hear about so-and-so? And I go, no. And they'll say, it's a company. He just did, like a guy called me yesterday and asked me have I ever heard of, and he mentioned the company. I said, I think I have, but I don't recall. And then as he kept going, I said, you mean, and then I pronounced it. And he said, yeah. And I said, yeah, they're right here in Ocala. I know them. I've talked to them. And he just didn't pronounce it the way I pronounce it. So a lot of times we don't always come across. But anyway, technology. So you're right. Technology is passing us by. My laptop weighs about 15 pounds, and I've just I decided last year to get a Surface 3, which is like only 2 pounds, and I haven't done it yet. But I have told myself when I get back from the convention center, I'm going to buy me a lighter, smaller computer.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no need carrying around 15 pounds. I mean,
You don't need it
if it was
anymore.
on my belly, I'd be complaining about it.
All right, let's go to the phone. We've got the phones lit up here. Let's take some of these calls. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. I went to college with a fellow that has a PhD now, but he was an excellent analog engineer, and he was also a fairly good digital engineer. In fact, he did his senior thesis on something called a Class D amplifier, which I'm not quite sure what that is, but one of the things he designed, we worked at the student radio station together, was a device that you could have the monitors on in the studio, and you could do a telephone call-in show with the monitors on and not get feedback. And it did involve 2 stolen telephone company inductors, but
That's called a circulator. Yeah. That's what it does. It puts it 180 degrees out of phase. Yeah.
yes, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, we use those in satellite work. So when we're doing horizontal and vertical polarity, we go through a circulator so that it separates them.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I appreciate
Have a good
that.
day.
It's amazing how some people that we know have gone on to higher education. I don't know if that's better or worse, but I do
People we
know
know.
people that I went to school with, speaking about the same subject, and they've gone on. I was I got drafted out of the college, went to the military, and when I came out, then I went to a local school and got enough education just to get out of school. I have an AS degree, Associates of Science. I don't have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, but but life experience, you have a master's degree.
So I went into cable TV and have been in cable TV ever since. So it's like, I know cable TV. But, the other ones went on and got a bachelor's degree and then a master's degree and then a PhD, and then they teach. But even when they teach, they're teaching, a lot of it is old technology.
But I think there's a test that you can take for life experience. And if that was an issue for you, like if you felt like you hadn't achieved anything and you realize your life experience probably taught you more than somebody with a doctor's degree.
Yes.
You take that test, you say, here I go. See, I just outdid the doctor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you can go online and take all type of quizzes and to see how you stand with the people in the nation on certain subjects. I didn't even realize there was that available, but my daughter, who has a human resource degree, was telling me that, they have to take classes all the time because everything changes in human resources. What question you can ask when you hire a person, and what kind of question you have to ask when they leave, and all these kind of things. And she said, you can't ask them that question. Why did you leave the job you were at before? They don't need to tell you that, because in human resources they could have left because it was a Harvey Weinstein type of thing.
Yeah.
You never know. So
Did that ever happen to you, by the way?
No. I've been pretty. Being ugly helps.
Being
I'm sure
male
that
helps.
happens
Being
with
male
female executives.
So you're going to accept your award. You're going to be up on the stage at the podium.
Yep.
Do you have a speech plan?
I do. It's a minute and a half is what they're giving me. And basically it's just saying thank you. And the other thing is mentioning those people that were mentors in my life. We all have mentors, whether we want to agree to it or not. Mm-hmm. We've either learned something good or something bad.
That's
but
true,
we've all had mentors. And so several people that are now pioneers were mentors to me. So I want to thank them for being there for me.
So
that's wonderful.
So yesterday, an asteroid passed about 27,000 miles from
Wow,
Earth.
that was close.
They say the next time it comes around is in the year 2079, I think is what it said, and they expect it to hit Earth.
I have to wait for that.
You have to wait for that one.
Yeah.
But I wonder, first of all, the fact that they can tell you that is pretty amazing. Second, that means we have until the year 2079 to figure out a way to blow the thing up and make sure it doesn't come and crash into us.
So that's what they're saying, what goes around comes around?
That's one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Galen needs to answer that one.
With all those threats of nuclear attacks from North Korea, there must be some kind of equipment and processing items in place that the United States can tell as soon as that happens on the satellite
well, we still
program.
have equipment that is so new, transistors and that type of stuff. They will definitely get wiped out. The old technology will still be around. Yeah, the
Oh.
capacitors.
That's why I
the
have an accordion.
Yeah, they will still be around, but the electric guitar will be wiped out.
And the electronic guitar definitely will be wiped out.
Yes. But no, there are grids. I mean, you could go through various parts of the United States, and there are old grids that have old technology, and they will probably be still up and running because they don't rely on microcomputers to operate them. They still have manual, generators, whether it be diesel or coal or whatever.
Oh, so we'll be okay then.
Certain parts will. I'm not saying Ocala would be okay because we get our grid, we buy power. Whereas GRU, Gainesville, creates their power. Did you know that? They have their own power plant.
didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but OEU, Ocala Electric, buys power.
Who do we buy from?
We usually buy it from people like Duke Energy or Florida Power and Light. So the grid's the grid. That's the highway. And then you can buy the car that goes on that highway from any number of people. They could buy from Utah if they wanted to, if it was cheaper, and it would just flow on the grid here. But because it's, loses a lot of its oomph getting here, we buy locally.
Oh, okay.
Is there a way, this is completely out of left field, but I don't understand what happens in an atomic bomb to create the explosion. Can you explain it to the layperson? Like, do they split an atom? You always hear that they split an atom. What happens when you split an atom that causes such a big, gigantic explosion?
Well, everything is trying to be stable. The pen, the paper, everything is trying to be stable. And if you throw a free electron in there, it's unstable now. In other words, it's trying to bond with something, and it hasn't found anything to bond with. And then you throw another free electron in, and that's where the term heavy water comes out. Now the other guys that just spoke, that call in all the time, they know this a lot better than me. But when you read about it, so here is an element now that's very unstable, and it's at the atom level. So it's atomic. And when it is ignited, or it's exploded, because you have to explode it, then it creates that trying to gather. So you saw the mushroom cloud and the newsreel and all that. That's gathering everything into it. It's not putting out as much. Have you ever watched the picture where the wave goes out and then the wave comes in? When you see the homes being destroyed?
Yeah.
So it's exploded and then it implodes.
How did they ever learn that? So, I think you just reminded me of a demonstration I saw one time. It was a room full of mouse traps with ping pong balls. Did you ever see this?
Yeah, I have.
And they throw one ping pong ball in there, and next thing you know, they're all going off.
Right, they're all going off.
That's kind of the demonstration, isn't it? Wow.
But the dirty bomb that everybody's speaking, that's where it saturates our air with so much electrons and so much energy that anything that only uses a small amount of energy gets saturated.
So cell phones won't exist then.
Towers, they'll all go away. Yep. But you can protect it by getting yourself a string and some 2 cans.
We're up against the break.
I did try that growing up, by the way. That was okay.
We'll be right back with Jim.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be breezy and humid on this Friday. Variable cloudiness along the coast with some showers and a thunderstorm. Clouds and sun inland with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. High 85 to 89. Partly cloudy Friday night, except mostly cloudy along the coast with a shower. Low 71 inland, 78 at the coast. For Saturday, clouds and sun and humid with a shower or thunderstorm around. High 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Have you heard of Hyperdirectory? When looking for local businesses, go to hyper.directory. No need for www, no need for .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to local companies when it matters most. Hyperdirectory is your local business directory partnered with the Ocala Chamber and Economic Partnership to bring you trusted local businesses. Keeping Ocala local. Use hyper.directory. No www, not even .com, just hyper.directory. Connecting customers to businesses when it matters most.
Bicycles are great fun. You see nature up close. You get no impact exercise. The possibilities are endless. You could start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles. On November 9th, the Bridge at Ocala Assisted Living Community will be hosting their 7th annual Wreaths of Hope Silent Auction. This year's proceeds go to benefit the Trinity Catholic High School Band. There'll be live entertainment, hors d'oeuvres, a chocolate fountain, and of course the silent auction. A $10 cash or check donation is requested per person and includes 2 free beverage tickets. Plan now to attend November 9th from 6:30 till 9:30 p.m. Call 352-873-2036. Hey, Jan, long time no see.
Wow, Larry, it's good to see you too.
Hey, if you've got the time, let's get together. How about a cup of coffee, some chat?
Oh, I'd love to. How about you and Robin and I can sit down on October 17? I'll tell you what's new at Palm Garden.
Please tune in on Tuesday, October 17th at 11 a.m. for Health Matters when we talk with Jan Marino about Palm Garden, located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the Ritz.
All right, yeah, today's National Putting on the Ritz Day, by the way.
That was a scary, too. Well,
Jim George is here. If you have any questions about technology, this is a good time to call. Obviously, one of the areas that Jim is truly a professor in is cable. He's getting recognized as one of the pioneers in cable on Tuesday. Is that right?
Yep, Tuesday the 17th.
In Denver. So that's something definitely worth congratulating you for.
That's where the Cable TV Museum is. That's where the headquarters for the cable TV. Everything dealing with cable TV is out of Denver, except the Society for Cable Television Engineers, which is in Philadelphia.
So if one of the younger people in the audience were to say, Mr. George, what do you see for the future of cable TV? What would you say?
Wireless.
Everything?
Everything.
So that's kind of like what we had in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
With an antenna.
Wireless. Going to go back to antennas. But now they'll be small antennas, not, a tower or a 25-foot, 50-foot, mast.
But do you pay for the signal the way you do now?
You'll have to pay for the bandwidth like you do now. Whether you get it 5G or 4G.
And it'll come through the airwaves.
Come to the airwaves. Yeah. It'll ride the wireless waves for cellular type services.
Does it come to your house by cable?
It would come to your house. No, it could come to your house even by wireless also. There's no problem.
Really?
So that's why Apple, if you start going online and looking at Apple and Dish and even Direct, which is now AT&T, you see they're buying wireless frequencies. They're paying billions and billions of dollars for a frequency.
So I have a thought on this. If I have a wireless subscription to, let's say, Cox Cable, okay, it's wireless. Mm-hmm. Does that mean I don't have to be home? I could be in Georgia?
Anywhere.
And still have the same service that I pay for?
Exactly. The only exception to the rule would be the off-air channels, like an NBC or an ABC, because they have a DMA, a direct marketing area. So Channel 2 in Orlando, let's say it's NBC. I think it's ABC, but let's say it's NBC. If you went to Atlanta, Georgia, you'd watch that NBC.
I see, right.
You wouldn't be able to watch the Orlando one. Now, if it was an independent station, like your channel's independent, you're not affiliated with anything, then you could go anywhere in the USA.
Okay, but we don't pay, for example, to get Channel 2 on an antenna right now.
Right, but you will pay for it if you get it wireless because someone received it, transcoded it, in order to put it into a new format that's able to be sent in 5G format.
Wow.
And then they sent it out. So you're paying them for the transcoding and the delivery. You're not paying Channel 2. Now, they have to pay Channel 2. They got to pay NBC or CBS because now they're making money off of the regeneration. And that's the problem that broadcasters have, where you'll see say Dish is no longer carrying Disney. We're having arguments about how much to pay. Well, they're also having problems with Gannett and Script, which are the Channel 2, Channel 6, Channel 9. Because those broadcasters want more money. They say, hey, you make money off of us. If you're making money off of us, you got to pay us.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The whole world is changing.
Oh, it's changing. Yeah, it's all going to be wireless. But there again, the reason why a lot of the cable companies are going fiber to the home is to give you the bandwidth you need for how much you download. Like in your case, you may not download a whole lot. You may download a song. But there are kids that download games, and the faster that they can download it, the quicker they can play it, the quicker, they can win the game. And there's prizes and money in winning all that.
I have a 10 going into my house. A 10 speed.
Okay, 10
from
megabits.
Phone, from CenturyLink, and that seems to be okay for me.
Yeah, so if you're doing the general surfing of the internet, downloading this, 10's great. But 10 is not even considered high speed anymore. The FCC has said if you want to call it high speed, use that term, it has to be 25 megabits or more.
So I have a question for you regarding the Friday the 13th.
Oh.
In your business, are there any superstitions?
Not really. Just keep your hands away from high voltage.
Don't hook up a cable after 10 p.m.
No. See, when I leave you now, I'm going over to a mobile home park, and I'm hooking up 240-volt lines, 3 of them.
Oh.
And so I'm only hoping it doesn't rain because I do not want to sit on wet grass hooking up 240 volts.
What are those for?
An RV park is expanding, adding a couple of new lots, and one lot that's bad, I'm repairing it. And I dug the ditch yesterday, and I bought the wire yesterday, and today I'm installing it. And I literally went home at 5:30, had a bite to eat, and by 6:30 I was in bed. 7 o'clock I was in bed. I was worn out.
And what's the 244? I know my dryer is like 220, and that's
it's really 240. It's really? So when we say the electric is 110, it's really 120. 117 plus. And so when we say it's 220, it's really 240. Now they do have specialty voltages, 208, 280, but those are specialty voltages that certain transformers use in the high voltage. But we always just call it 240.
All right, so let me see if we can come up with we'll just make up some superstitions for your business.
Here we go.
All you have to do is finish the sentence. Okay, ready?
Yep.
As a cable installer, it's bad luck to use a screwdriver. Blank, blank, blank. Fill in the blank. As a cable installer, it's bad luck to use a screwdriver
on an energized circuit, regardless of the voltage.
When installing cable at a woman's house, it's bad luck to enter the house if
she's home alone and naked. And that's happened to me. So, we knocked on the door and nobody answered. We knocked and nobody answered, and then we yelled, maintenance, and nobody answered. And we went in and we moved the TV away from the wall, and we found the problem, and we fixed it and moved the TV back. Started to leave and turned around, and there was a naked lady on the couch sleeping. And we backed out of that house so quickly.
Oh no!
Me and my labor.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I would call her too, my labor. All right, we're going to end with super duper.
Thank you.
Jim, George, thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
How do we get a hold of you if you need
854-9795.
That's American Cable Service.
American Cable
Congratulations for Tuesday for your award.
Yes, we're all proud of you, Jim. That's awesome. Yep, all right, we will be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump makes another move against Obamacare.